A wagwan, my youth. Where I say? Welcome to the Rastafari, that is I. Me I gotta tell you a story, maybe two, maybe three, maybe five, maybe 10. You don't know, me no know. But we are gonna get it going, alright? Sorry, the inner Jamaican came out heavy because, you know, what I'm about to talk about in this storytime vlog is gonna be pretty ruthless. Kind of funny and just very real. I apologize if I sound stuffed up. My allergies have been kicking my ass the past 2 days. We're gonna power through this. Here we go. It's just wild to me as a man, a human being, person, whatever entity being, how when people go through things or they experience things and they share them with their friends or co-workers, colleagues, acquaintances, whatever, that how things unfold in a certain way. So this vlog is titled, you know, Fake Friends, Relationship Horror Stories, all that other shit. And it's just because for the first time ever since I ended my last relationship, first time in about a year and about 5 months, I finally feel almost pretty much back to normal. And that didn't actually happen until I went to an Avenged Sevenfold, Falling in Reverse, and Kim Dracula concert last week. It just made me feel like myself again. I just had so many epiphanies that happened, and I'm just sitting here like, wow, that is crazy. People really just shunned me and didn't look back because of the person that I was with. And it's just crazy. I understand how, you know, being a friend, case in point, I've had several friends who have been with guys that they were not supposed to be with, or things I saw from the outside, as few of us as friends saw from the outside, that this girl was way too good for this guy and she was just giving it her all, and the guy was just taking and taking and taking. And no matter how many times she went back to the same guy, a group of us would still just be like, damn, what? Why? But at the same time, we would still support her. And every time she came back and was like, yeah, we broke up again, I'm like, oh, well, shocker. Hey, look, hopefully this is the last time. And we just kind of encouraged her. Whereas in my case, yeah, people just either blocked me or deleted me or messaged me and cursed me out because of who I was with. I get it. It was a bit much. It was crazy. Being so far removed from that, I realized like I wasn't myself during that, and not an excuse. It's just a realization that I really wasn't myself. I know we've all been there. We've dated people that when we thought, wow, this is the one, their whole persona is a crock of shit. It's just wild. It's just wild to think that that's how some people's brains work. And I think that also boils down to mental stability or instability on everybody's part. There's so many things nowadays that cause us to just dive bomb into these torrential downward spirals of mental instability. You lost a job. You didn't get the job that you went to apply for, but you were so gung-ho about it. Somebody said a sly comment to you at work, be like, huh, wow, your voice sounds different today. And that could have been the kicker, bro. That could have been it. That could have been what sent you over the edge. That's just how life works. That's how we as human beings are. So people really have no idea. Like, I had a big support system. When all of that stuff started transpiring, people stopped supporting me and stopped talking to me. And it just got to a point where I was just like, wow, I'm not really alone, but I'm kind of, sort of, slightly, potentially, maybe really alone. Wow, this is crazy. And people that I have helped and have been there for and have trudged through with things, talked about some personal things, and I've helped them through things. Mr. Encouraging that I should do motivational speaking because of how I have been with them and how I've been with others, and to just see that their backs got turned towards me because of things that happened that had nothing to do with them. Throughout this relationship, a lot of people and relationships that I had with people withered and faltered because, a lack of better terms, in my eyes, a lot of people made this relationship out to be more about them than it was about me, because I acted a certain way because I tried to please this person that I thought I loved and that I wanted to be with. These people treated me different, and to this day still treat me different, or don't even interact with me, or don't even talk to me because of what happened and transpired in that relationship. And it's just wild that, like, now that I'm so far out of it, as I said earlier, I'm seeing all these things in this light. It's like nobody knows exactly what I went through. Nobody really knows all the stuff that I truly went through. And at this point, I don't think I'd ever talk to anybody about it, no matter how close we are or how close we get, unless it's maybe a licensed therapist, because for lack of better terminology, nobody else gives a shit. And that's fine. Hey, you don't have to care about me. I don't have to care about you. But the way how I was raised is, No matter what somebody's going through, if you call them a friend, you are there for them no matter what. You don't shun them, you don't degrade them, you don't get rid of them, you don't ignore them, you just try to be understanding. And if you can't, just be like, look man, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know how to help. I mean, I'm still gonna be here for you, but I don't know how to help. On the flip side, it's like, if people considered me a true friend or colleague or whatever the case is, that it shouldn't matter what happens, because like it didn't matter to me what happened with them. Like, people have had to block me, they've had to ignore me, they've had to do so many different things because of the person they were with. And guess what, when they were out of it, I was like, oh, okay, so how are you? Oh, it's nice to hear from you again. It's nice to see that you're better. It's nice to see that you're doing you. It's nice to see that you are thriving in your own right. You know, and I didn't get that. And this isn't like, woe is me. No. This is just more me coming out and finally talking about some things. It's just crazy to me that society nowadays, it's like, oh, we have to make everything about us, even if it's not about us. A lot of people did. And it's sad because to this day, I'm still there for people, and I still support people, and I still stand by people. And those very same people act like they don't know me, or that I'm a nuisance. And it's wild, man. If the roles were reversed and my other friends were in this relationship that I was in, and I was the one on the outside, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, yo, bro, you need to get out. You need to get the hell out of here. You need to get out of here. You need to do something else, because this person is not for you, and I can see this, and you have the rose-colored glasses on, but Jesus, man, you need to do something different. But at the same time, I would still be there for them. I would still hold their hand. I would still comfort them. I would still talk to them, and I would still support them through anything that they have going on, because that's what it means to be a true friend. Yeah, I don't ever, never see myself being with anybody, and hey, that's okay, because I'm working on me. I'm helping my family. I'm trying to progress in my own right, and I'm getting back to the things that I love. If somebody that you're interested in instantly comes out the gate and starts accusing you left, right, and center when you have been doing the most for them, and I'm talking the most, just run. Head for the hills. Look at the red flags being fucking waved everywhere. Just get out. You don't want to stay stagnant in something that's gonna hinder you. And if there's so many people telling you that this is happening, you gotta try your best to just be like, okay, well, clearly something ain't working. And if you feel that too, you gotta do what's best for you. And yeah, people can sit here and say that, oh, this person allowed this to happen, or you purposely went through that. And it's like, no, you don't know until you're in it. You don't allow yourself to really go through certain things. It's like, yes, unfortunately, because you love this person, you're like, all right, well, I'll see if they're gonna change. You know, I have a lot of girlfriends and guy friends who tell me the same thing, that this person is doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, why the hell are you still dealing with this? But then I think about the type of person they are, and then they tell me like what they've done for this person, or the reason that they're still there, and it's like, you know, I gotta respect it. I gotta respect you. I value you. I value you as a person. I value you as a human being. And this person clearly doesn't, but I'm still gonna show you that you still have value. Even though you're telling me these depressing stuff and you're going through what seems to be like a literal hell for you, I'm still gonna uplift you. I'm not just gonna throw you to the trenches, because the person you're with is throwing you to the trenches. It doesn't help the situation. It doesn't help them grow. And you can't control what people do. You can't control how they treat you. You can only control what you respond to and how you respond to it. To parrot it back to the concert that I went to last week, now that was awesome, man. So awesome. Great time. It was so good to be back out there in the pit, getting sweaty, drinking, listening to live music, some of my favorite bands. That was such a pivotal moment for me, specifically being in the pit, seeing Avenged Sevenfold once again. First time I saw them was at Uproar 2011. That was absolutely amazing. Anthony and I went there, sweat like crazy. We were tired. It was hot. Anthony had the mohawk going on, and then the roasted sides of his head because it was shaved. Bro, it was terrible, but it was also amazing. So many great bands that day, including Avenged Sevenfold. I think Uproar 2011 on the main stage, I think it was As I Lay Dying, Seether, 3 Days Grace, Bullet for My Valentine, and Avenged Sevenfold. I think that's what it was, because that was just nuts. That was, oh my god, such a great show. And I saw them again at the Buried Alive tour later that year too. I was with Black Veil Brides, Asking Alexandria, The Walking Dead, wow, Hollywood Undead, and Avenged Sevenfold. Sheesh. Talk about a great show, man. I love Avenged Sevenfold because their music is just so great to me, and the way how the songs hit. They hit in a silly way because lyrically they hit you, and then rest in peace the Rev. Man, if he was still alive now, their music now would be even more insane than it is. I really dislike the hate that Avenged Sevenfold gets a lot more times than not, because they've changed their sound so much since sounding the seventh trumpet to Life Is But a Dream. We're like 17, 18, 19, maybe 21. They were young, they were very young, and they were writing like, you know, thrasher music, metalcore music, and they progressively got better, and their albums are just insane. Like City of Evil, Avenged Sevenfold, and self-titled album, Avenged Sevenfold, is not the Avenged Sevenfold that we have in The Stage or Life Is But a Dream. They're just completely different people than they were. They've gone through so many different things, they've experienced so many different things. One of their best friends passed away, you know, and they built that with him. So that definitely changes people. Death changes people. And they just grown as human beings and musicians in general. The people that want them to stay stagnant and to do the same thing over and over and over again, no, absolutely not. You don't want to do the same thing over and over and over again. So why would you expect somebody or the people of that caliber to do the same thing over and over again in order to stay relevant? You have to change it up. Love what they do, because everything that they do, yes, it's not great. Not everything that they do is great. Not everything that they do might be good in some other people's eyes. But you can't deny the musicality of their songs. You cannot deny the talent that's there. That's what a lot of us are talking about. Everybody has the bands that they like and the bands that they don't like. It doesn't matter to me. Do you like a band that I don't like? Great. Do you love them because they were impactful in your life? Great. We're gonna get along great. That's all that matters, bro. That's literally all that matters. Vibe with the music, baby. Just vibe with the music. Oh man, Mayhem Fest. Whoa, Nilly. That was crazy. Slipknot and Slayer we saw, and Anthrax, Whitechapel Upon a Burning Body. Yeah. That show was nuts. Would love to see Slayer, Slipknot, Bullet for My Valentine, Avenged Sevenfold, and maybe Metallica all on the same show, but there's no way now. There's no way. That could never happen. Could never happen, guys. I would love for it to, but there's too many big names, bro, and all of them in their own right and respectively. Yes, absolutely, well deserved. No, they couldn't all play together because, like, who, you know, like, no. Yeah, anyway, I'm not gonna bore you with me fanboying over a lot of these bands. It's just more along the lines of the fact that this concert was so awesome. Seeing Avenged Sevenfold again live, they are just great musicians and performing artists, like great performers. It was such a good time, aside from this one dude, man. This one dude who was in the front, and I really still to this day can't fathom what he thought he was gonna do, where he thought he was gonna go. If he really thought that he was gonna hit the girl that was with my best friend and I, which is his fiance, like if he really thought that, like if he hit her, like he would get away with it, like I don't know what he thought was gonna happen, bro. This one guy was just being so square. Like we were just chilling and vibing the whole time. Sometimes we would vibe with other people in the crowd too, chilling there, not pushing up on people. We tried to get to the front, but we're not those people that are like pushing to get to the front, you know. It's just like we'll make our way and just like, oh, excuse me, and if they're like being a little difficult, all right, well then we'll just stop here. I'm not gonna get in an altercation with you. Like I don't really care. Like I'm gonna try and get as close as I can so I can enjoy the music and engage in the music. If we happen to vibe in the crowd, which 9 times out of 10 you vibe with the people in the crowd, it's pretty cool. That's why another reason why I love live concerts, to vibe with the music and vibe with your friends, connect with the music and connect with these artists, because you love them for a reason. Their lyrics stand out to you, their music stands out to you, everything that they do stands out to you. So to see them live and perform some of the songs that you love and that you have just really heavily listened to for the past however many years, to see them do that live, it's amazing. It's a completely surreal experience. And then depending on how close you are too, because we got up really close, man. And Sinister Gates is one of my favorite guitarists. I really dove more into guitar in high school because of hearing his music and hearing him and seeing him play. I wanted to embody him as a guitarist. So I really, really love them more because it's just they were my inspiration. Or a part of my inspiration. One of my many inspirations. But one of my main inspirations. But yeah, bro, I don't know where homeboy thought he was going or who he was or what he thought the deal was. But this girl next to us bumped my best friend's fiance and like pushed her back. And I was standing there and I'm like, yo, whoa, what just happened? What's happening? What are we doing? Who's getting the business? Because like we were all feeling a little sauced, and Anthony and I already looked over at each other once, and we were like, we're not having this. When we go to concerts, man, it's a completely different animal. We're just in like defense mode because, you know, I'm not the biggest guy. He's not necessarily the biggest guy. He's bigger than me, and he's got height and weight on him, so he can do some damage. Your boy can do some damage too, but people tend to think that they can get away with certain things because of how people look, and it's like, doesn't matter, bro. We're all here for the same thing. We're all here to enjoy the concert, so let's do that. Unless we started an issue with you, there should be no issue. And if by chance I accidentally hit you, I'm pretty sure that I would have said sorry. And if I did say sorry and you didn't accept it, okay, fine. But there was no issue. Like literally, guys, nothing happened. Like nothing happened. We were just standing there. This girl did that whole like beep, and I was like, okay. My best friend's fiance got pushed back, and I was like, okay, fine, look, we're good. I asked her, yo, you good? And she told me she was good. We're good. And then I noticed that homeboy kept like looking back, like, and started talking that Cash Money shit. So I'm standing there, and Anthony and I are like, yo, what's going on? Yeah, you see this guy talking shit, right? What's up? Like, bro, we were not, and we were talking loud too. So the people behind us heard us, people next to us heard us, and they heard us. Makes more sense now because the people more to the left of us kept looking at us in a way that was, you know, like it was just kind of weird. But like anytime I looked over at them and I was vibing, they were vibing, you know, like they vibed with us and we were vibing. It obviously seemed to mainly be homeboy that had an issue. I don't know what to tell you guys. I guess he didn't really know what a metal concert was, because it's people are up in the pit, bro. My best friend's fiance had her hand on the railing just to kind of hold herself up, you know, like she wasn't doing anything. Like she literally didn't do anything. She was just holding herself up on the railing, and she was there for a while. Like we were that's the funny thing, is we were there for a long time before he started having an issue. And we were like, what is the bro, we have been here almost the whole time. What is going on? It's like talking some shit, and then Anthony's like, come again? And I was like, we didn't hear you. Like, we didn't hear you, bud. Like, what's going on? He said to my best friend's fiance, yeah, good luck getting to the front. My guy, we're at the front. We've been at the front for a solid, like, hour and a half. And what do you mean, good luck getting to the front? What's happening? What's your problem? What stick do you have stuck up your ass? Like, I don't understand. It was just the craziest thing. We were just like, what is your deal, bro? And then he tried to pull his friend over, and his friend is like, yeah, you come here, stand right here. And his friend's like, what? No. Like, I'm sorry, that was so funny. His friend didn't want to be involved at all. It's one of those situations where you see like those memes or videos where people are just minding their own business, and somebody calls to them, and they're like, that's literally what it was. Homeboy was just vibing to the song, and he started pulling his friend, and his friend's like, dude, I'm good. Like, I'm really okay. He's like, I don't want to get involved in this. You're an idiot. You caused problems. You deal with it. Like, that's the vibe I got from this kid. I don't know what to tell you about that one, man. That was, we were ready to scrap. Drunk Anthony and Robbie at a concert, vibing. No, people are weird, man. The moral of the story, people are weird. Thanks again for watching this vlog, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation, and come back for another segment of Storytime.